Sharpe. Yeah, are we okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Choking?
Okay.
Or are you,
Nah.
Need something to drink?
How you like this, Skip? I look kind of debonair, huh?
Not that much, but it's okay.
I like
it's okay.
it.
It was a good
Thank
try.
you, Kenny.
Yeah.
You know what, Skip?
Yeah, well.
I'm tired of you being over there talking about, nah, it's okay.
That's okay.
Well, I like this too.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, blah.
He doesn't care.
Yeah,
That wasn't
blah.
very sincere, but that's okay.
It was sincere. It is sincere.
I am waiting for Jerry Jones to drop the bombshell today.
He did.
Huh?
He got a yacht.
Oh, he got a yacht.
He had 2 months.
I want him to get a yacht named Earl Thomas.
No.
Yeah.
You
Today?
got 15 million laying
Today?
around somewhere?
I might. I could help.
You
I
might
could help. Yeah, all right, here we go.
Wishful thinking on
Yeah.
today's show are the Eagles now the team to beat in the NFC East. We're going to go
The who?
there.
Eagles.
And is it time to point the finger at Magic Johnson for the Lakers' struggles? We got to point finger somewhere. We are going to start with a serious incident, though, in the NBA. Russell Westbrook got in a heated exchange last night with a group of fans in Utah that was caught on video during the Thunder's win. Let's take a listen.
I promise you. See, I'm playing. I swear to God. I swear to God. You and your wife. You up. No. I promise you. Everything I love. Everything I love. I promise you.
Okay, so then after the game, Westbrook and one of the fans gave their sides of the story, so let's hear that.
How it started was a young man and his wife in the stands told me to get down on my knees like he used to. And for me, that's just completely disrespectful to me. I think it's racial. I think it's just inappropriate in the sense of there's no protection for the players. I think there are a lot of great fans around the world that like to come to the game and enjoy the game. And there are people that come to the game and to say mean, disrespectful things about me, my family. As for beating up his wife, I've never put my hand on a woman. I never will. Never been in any domestic violence before, never have before. But once he said the comment, his wife repeated it, the same thing to me as well. So that's kind of how that started. I know you guys only got the tail end of the video, but the start of the video is way more important and way more disrespectful than what you guys heard.
Russ is just F-bombing and carrying on, acting a fool down here, and everybody's getting on him. And he had, I guess, heat. I thought it was ice. I just told him, I'm like, just sit down and ice your knees, bro. And he turned to me and he's like, that's heat. And I'm like, well, you're gonna need it. And then it turned into not safe for work.
So that's what provoked his response. There was no swear words. There was
I never said a swear word to him, and everybody in the vicinity will say it. And she never left her seat, never said a word, hands in her lap. Never said a single swear word to him.
Okay, Shannon, was this inbounds or out of bounds by Russ?
Everything was inbounds until Russ threatened his wife. It's hard for me to believe, Skip Bayless, that the reaction that Russell Westbrook displayed was because of what that young man said. Sit down and put ice on your knees. And it caused Russ to lose his you-know-what like he did. Skip, I don't believe it. And going by, this gentleman had deleted every tweet that he had set forth except last night, leads me to believe that there's more to this than what he's saying. It's hard for me to believe that that's what elicited the response that Russ gave him. Skip, what we're seeing, Skip, you and I both, we use social media. I'm probably on it a little bit more than you. But what social media has done is broken down these barriers, and it's allowed people to, in their computer, on their phone, at home or at work or wherever they may be, to be able to say whatever they want to an athlete, because most athletes have social media pages, be it Instagram, be it Twitter, Snap, whatever it is. And it's allowed people to be able to type, hit send, and it goes to that person's account. Well, what happens is that when you go to a game, there is no barrier. You can't go to a game. I don't care if you paid $50 million for a seat. You don't get to go to a game, Skip, and call someone out of their name. Talk about someone's wife. Talk about someone's mother. You don't have that right. The more money you pay, it gives you closer access to the action, not to be a part of the action. These players do not come to work to have you touch them. Skip, when a player wants to be touched, and you've seen this so many times, you've been to games, covering the games. A player gets an and one, or he gets a big play, he gets amped. When he wants to be touched by a fan, he starts dapping up the fans. That's the invitation. I want to be touched. Until then, don't do it. Skip, the guy, I forget his name, I can't think of his name, but he was a Wizard guy. And he would heckle everybody.
I don't care about what his name is, but he became famous for heckling. Yeah.
Sure.
No curse words. He would dress up, say things, oh, you terrible, our team's better than yours. I get the heckling, Skip. If that gentleman wanted to say, Russ, you are terrible. Donovan Mitchell is 50 times better than you. Got no problem with that. Russ understands being a professional athlete. People are going to come to the game. They're going to try to get you riled up by heckling you, saying their team's better than yours. Our player is better than you are. Got no problem with that. But when you start talking about, Russ said, he said, get on your knees like you used to. There are some tweets that would lead you to believe
There have been
that
some.
is what that man said.
From the past, yes.
From the past. It's hard for me to believe, Skip, like I said.
Do you want to read that one real quick from October? Read the bottom one.
Bottom. He says he also tweeted in October, Russell needs to go back where he came from.
And then what else?
Now, I want that
don't
because
care about that?
No, I don't care about that because that'll take, because then people gonna say, oh, it's just because Shannon, you feel this way because he supports this guy.
Okay.
I don't want that.
All right, that's fair.
All right.
That leads me to believe why he said that
Okay.
gives Russ even more credibility that he said what Russ said he said. And instead of his wife being, babe, come on now, you going too far, Russ says she echoed what he said. What Russ should have said, don't threaten her. Bruh, your wife gonna call you to take one tonight. Now, Russ was for real, Skip. Russ was dead serious. You know how I know he was serious? When he said, I put that on everything I love.
You did.
In our community, when we say we put that on everything we love, that's your first warning. Now, when he
By
said,
the way, in any community, you can do that.
Skip,
Any community.
if he said, I put that on my mama,
Yep.
now you're going to have to do something.
Yep.
Now, Russ
I
understands.
agree.
Skip, Russ understands that in this environment, and I think the guy understands that he is no longer behind his computer screen. So there's that, the barrier has been removed. That imaginary barrier is no longer there. For me, and I always ask, you say what you say behind your computer screen. If you saw me walking down the street, if he saw Russ walking down the street in Utah, do you think he and his wife would walk up to Russ, get on your knees like you used to? Do you believe he would have said that? You see, what happens, Skip, is that he knows Russ is a professional athlete, and I should be able to say, what makes me almost as angry as the people that say these things is the people that say, if I made that kind of money, you could talk to me any kind of way you wanted to. No, you can't.
No.
Because guess what, Skip? Before I made this money, I was a man. I was a human being, and I demand respect. You ain't got to respect me, but I won't let you disrespect me. Skip, you know, we saw a situation and I know what happened, Skip, is that we saw Russ, the way he reacted last week in Denver. Russ didn't fly off the handle. Russ turned around and he looked real quick. He's like, saw it was a kid, explained to his dad, you don't let your kid go around touching people. He explained, come on, young man, you don't do that. We saw a situation in, I think in England, soccer. Fan ran on the field, clocked the guy.
Okay, that's the flip side, but go ahead. Yeah,
How does Russ know?
You don't.